just asking questions and presenting facts. Israel admits lending aid and comfort to enemies of the United States. This out of Haaretz. Israel just admitted arming anti-Assad Syrian rebels, and by the way, to you and I, that's Al-Qaeda. So supposed enemies of the United States, according to U.S. law. For the first time on the record, a senior official confirmed Israel's secret unconventional war with Syria, aimed at preventing Iranian encroachment, which is a subject I'm going to get to just in a moment. But what did Israel gain from its exposing its anti-intervention lie after so many years of denial? Well, in his final days as the IDF Chief of Staff, Lieutenant Eisenkot confirmed on the record that Israel had directly supported these rebels, this Al-Qaeda faction, or ISIS, or whatever you want to call them, in the Golan Heights by arming them. Now, we were told that Israel tells the truth, and if you allege that they're arming these people, that you're an anti-Semite, that you're giving unfair criticism to Israel. And again, this narrative is destroyed by one of their own officials. So it marks the direct break from Israel's previous media policy on such matters. Until now, Israel has insisted it has only provided humanitarian aid through field hospitals, etc. So, in short, none other than Israel's most, until recently, senior serving soldier has admitted that up until his statement, his country's officially stated position on the Syrian civil war was built on the lie of non-intervention. As uncomfortable as this may initially seem, though, it is unsurprising. Israel has a long history of conducting unconventional warfare. That's putting it nicely. And then this article in Haaretz goes on to say that the form of combat is defined by the U.S. government's National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2016 as activities conducted to enable resistance movement or insurgency to coerce, disrupt, or overthrow an occupying power or government by operating through or with an underground auxiliary or guerrilla force in a denied area in the pursuit of various security-related strategic objectives. But there's a problem with that, because nowhere, even in the NDAA, it does not cancel out U.S. law. Aid and comfort to the enemy, Section 3, Clause 1. Treason against the United States shall consist only in levying war against them or in adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. No person shall be convicted of treason unless on the testimony of 2 witnesses to the same overt act or in confession in open court. So, dual citizens of the United States and Israel who are part of the military infrastructure of Israel have literally been part of a corrupt criminal organization that lends aid and comfort to enemies of the United States. And we have politicians signing loyalty oaths. Just saying. So this article goes on to say, for a number of reasons, Israel committing troops to overt large-scale operations in Syria to prevent Iranian influence. To this end, identifying, subsequently supporting a local partner. This is what they're calling Al-Qaeda in Syria. A local partner capable of helping Israel achieve this strategic goal is far more sensible and realistic than not supporting said heart-eating, twisted, CIA, Mossad-created Al-Qaeda fanaticists. No, and here's when it comes to Israel and Iraq. Let me put this in a way that conservatives should at least understand. A union is something that is according to international law, not illegal. So technically, even if you don't like Iran or Syria or their leaders or anything that they have to do with, if Iran and Syria wanted to create, 2 sovereign nations wanted to create a union of any kind and move assets to and from their countries, there is nothing illegal of that. Nothing. So the Israeli position that Iranian influence in Syria should be opposed with lethal and military overt warlike acts would be similar to, say, the United States. Say Iran said that the United States has too much of influence and is building up a presence in Israel, and that's counter to the best interest of Iran. Would that give Iran the right to start bombing U.S. targets in Israel? No. So the double standard here is the problem. And this is why Ron Paul takes such hits, because, you know, they criticize him for some of the things that he says because, it is somewhat supportive of sovereignty, regardless of what nation that sovereignty is. But what he's talking about is principles and breaking from the hypocritic mindset that we can issue rules for the rest of the world, but Israel and the United States does not have to follow the same rules that everybody else has to follow. So we just released a video on the Cyber Tech conference in Benjamin Netanyahu's speech, and one of the things that he says, one of the complaints that he has, Iran attacks Israel in cybersphere daily, Netanyahu charges. So Israel strikes Iranian targets inside a sovereign nation. Okay, they're responding from, you know, with and their and their excuse is, you tried to hack me, bro. Disproportionate is an understatement, and it makes me scratch my head how people in the United States can get behind this. It's just you know, lending aid and comfort to the enemy. Really? It's called treason. That's what it's called, ladies and gentlemen. It's treason. And anybody having anything to do with it has committed an act of treason. And I really hope Americans wake up. I really hope they wake up, because I tell you what, the response is going to be nothing good. We can do this peacefully, but those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. And we're not just going to keep taking it forever. If you appreciate this content, please go to rtrtruthmedia.com. Smash on that PayPal button. Send us some support. For every $30 donation or greater, you'll get a copy of Eustace Mullen's Secrets of the Federal Reserve as a thank you from us. Make sure that you leave your information with your donation, your shipping. And you know, you can come and see a wide variety of information and just awesome content at rtrtruthmedia.com. Thank you for everyone who supports us. RTR Truth Media out.